It's the Real Estate Show by Dominican Republic.
Am I still on?
It's the Real Estate Show.
All real estate, baby. Buckle up. Starting to get amped up for the beginning of the show again. That used to be my favorite time. The intros and coming back from commercial was always the best time for me. And it hurts me not to continue on with M Factor. Matt McPherson. I mean, it's the next song up. We should have a longer intro. I'm cutting it close. I was supposed to start earlier. I wanted to hit some properties. But I'll probably just leave that for after my guest comes in. Sam Hanna will join me at the bottom of the hour, 6:30 sharp. We're going to get his quick take on the local real estate scene, what he's pumped about, what he's working on, if he can tell us anything about that. And then Mike Blocker is in at 8 o'clock. Wherever you're watching it is where we'll be. So on Twitter, we're on the new channel. We're on the soft channel. We're on the tiny at Buying Dominican. Same on YouTube. I feel like I'm hot, but maybe my headphones are too high. Same on YouTube. Buying Dominican Republic is the channel. I have one sub. But you know what? I just hit 800 views. It's brand new. You know, two weeks ago I got my first view. So I'm closing in on 1,000 on a brand new channel. That's not a bad start. And it's just, there's no Jim Fannon Show stuff there. It's just real estate and my life in Sosua, Dominican Republic, Kite Beach, wherever I've been. Los Terrenos, we did a little bit down there. I like it. And so you get a little bit more of this and a lot less of the old stuff. Because this is what I'm fired up about now. The deals down here are insane. So, no more Justin Trudeau shows. No, I never did shows on that cat. Okay, so this is, why not come in with this one? 71 units, 59 deeds. This is a commercial strip on the 5, right going into Cabarete. I sound really hot. Yeah, 5 commercial units on the main floor, 17 above on that main building, and then there's 59 deeds plus this one. So there's 60 deeds in total. But so you could theoretically immediately, without doing anything, because the deeds are separate, carve it up and sell it for what you paid plus. 2 of the deeds have 2 condos on them. The rest there's 28 bungalows and 30 apartment style condos. All you go in, you pimp them out a little bit, use smart money for resale, and it's Kite Beach, man. They get scooped up. Even if you only got 50, 60, why couldn't you get 65, 70 grand for a little bungalow on the beach? Well, not on the beach, but across the street from it. So that's what I'm amped about. I shouldn't make my West Gate my guest wait, but it's a good tune. Let's see, Sam, Hanna, you in the house? Oh, I got to turn you up. I got to turn the music down first. I can't fade it out. There's 45 seconds. Fuck. Hang on, fuck it. Sorry, Matt. I don't like cutting your shit early. That's a genius tune, but I don't want to make my guest wait that much. I'll get your volume up. What up, bro?
What up?
Just talking I'm talking about Keoba.
Oh, babe.
I got up on the screen right now.
How can I see this screen? Can I?
Well, are you watching the stream? I can share. Yeah, it'll be on the Facebook feed.
All right.
The links are in the show description too, so you can click and you can see which ones they are. But I mean, I can share it with you if you want. This is great TV. Sam Hanna is my guest. I didn't put him in the show description. He was a last minute add to the show. Let's get you up here. End meeting for all. No, that's probably not what I want to do. I got blocker on at 8 o'clock. Yeah, I just got the 0.2 up there. Oh no, that's not the way you want to do it. Display. Hang on one sec.
All right, look how big my eye.
Just got a FaceTime from a 6-year-old, I think. Oh, here it is. Hang on a sec.
You just cut me out? Hello. I can't hear anything.
No, I just had a FaceTime call. I thought it was a 6-year-old, but it wasn't, so I dumped her.
Oh, all right.
You don't not answer the phone when it's a 6-year-old, man. I mean, that never happens in my world. But I just started seeing it as a anyway. Yeah, so I got Keoba up here. Let's just get rid of us again. No, I can't zoom that. Oh, I'm not.
Keoba is the steel of all steels.
I'm not.
Hey, I got an offer coming in, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't know. I should probably keep that. Well, what are they going to do? Take my license from me?
Everyone's always got an offer coming in on everything.
No, I really do.
No, and I was going to suggest. I'm glad you brought that up because I was going to say some of these things might not be available when you call on them, depending on when you're watching this, because some of the stuff is getting some action right now in the market. For a slow time, maybe stuff happens in the slow time because it's pretty brisk, man. There's a lot of activity. I mean, I can only speak to Sosua because I'm kind of Sosua centered as far as what I'm looking at and prospecting, but it seems hot here.
I think you're right. I think that people are gearing up toward the hot season. So to acquire now, really at the end of the day, you're 60 days out. In acquisition, if there are any improvements that need to be made, we're looking at another 2 months. So now we're into the hot season. So now is definitely the time to acquire.
Cool. What else are you pimping? The 71, I've talked about this at all levels over the last couple of days. I'm going to hit everything I've got listed today as far as what's in my name, but you still hot on Casa Linda?
They still got bro. Stuff? Let's pimp what you got. You got the best of the best.
Hit me with Casa Linda. What's going on there?
What about your 17 room? Did you talk about that?
Well, I could talk about that. I got that loaded. Yeah, that is the deal of the century.
You don't have to you don't have to say the name, but you can talk about the deal. It's a spectacular deal.
I said the name last night, I think.
All right.
There it is. Now, I'm using the 0.2, so it's listed at 750. It ain't 750. Nobody's getting in the door at 750, so I don't know. He says he doesn't have a contract. This is the Wild West down here, dude. Agents do whatever the hell they want, and that's why I think it's so important to have a guy that's kind of done real estate and been trained to do it before. I mean, I know I'm foreign trained, but it can't hurt to have somebody with a little realtor experience, because what we're seeing out there, man, anybody, and I mean everybody. My rental agent is like, if she finds a deal, she puts it together, and she's the sweetest lady, but she's not a realtor.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. I don't know if there's any locals that hit this, but you know, you and I, and we won't talk about names, but in the situation like this, you now have a listing that's, in my opinion, undervalued by quite a lot. And in this situation, there are 3-4 other, I don't want to call them realtors because I don't want to give them the satisfaction. They're agents. They're agents. So you got 4 other agents that haven't had the balls to tell this guy, bro, your property is undervalued. So if it were us, Jim, what would we do? What would we say to this guy?
Well, actually, to be fair, he's been listed for quite a while, hasn't he? And everyone knows him to be above $1 million down in that little corner. So if he was listed for a while at the wrong price, that doesn't speak. Here's what the other realtors are not doing.
Yeah.
None of them that I've seen are marketing the separate deeds. And this is, like I said, I wanted to, oh man, I wish I could have taken a picture of your face when he told us 10 deeds.
Oh,
like it was
God.
like a
gold, baby.
Because
what does that mean? At the end of the day, what that means is, and the investors that we brought through today, what that means is if something were to happen and you needed to clear out, right, and liquidate, what that means is this guy's got 10 separate titles for this property. They're basically 10 two-bedroom condos. One of them happens to be Ocean View. So what do you suppose you could sell those? I wanted to actually ask you, if a guy were to sell those, what do you think the social market would bring? I'm thinking in the smaller 2 bedrooms, like 139.
Mm-hmm. Remind me again, because I was unable to get video.
Yes.
And in the background right now is pictures of Sunset Beach, or I named it last night. I mean, I'm not one of these guys that's got to keep it secret and going to lure you down here. A bunch of people are marketing this, but they're not being honest. Like put the location, dude. Let me drive by it. Let me see where it's at. Don't put all this fishing chum in the water.
They don't do it because they know everybody and their aunt will go
just
by
go direct
and get
to the owner.
listing.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane.
Yeah, so I haven't seen anyone market it.
What's the question?
Okay, so remind me how it's laid out. So the one is there's 3 floors, 5 units each on the let's call it the north side of the building.
Well,
there's 2 units. If you close that there, it's a 2-bedroom condo. Yeah. Then in the middle is
so
what?
You got if you're facing the hotel.
Yeah.
On the left.
Yep.
You got a 2-bedroom. Basically lockout situation.
Right. Close the door and 2
smaller.
Yeah.
Smaller. Mm-hmm. There is no kitchenette. It can be installed. I actually talked to him today.
What's the square footage of that, you figure? 600?
Each one of those units for like $2,000.
You think that's a 600 square foot unit on the end there? 500?
How much?
500-600, let's call it. It's a maybe 4?
Small. It's small. No, it's bigger.
It's got to be 5. We'll say roughly 500 square feet.
Call it what you want. It's small 2-bedroom.
Small 2-bedroom.
Now, mind you, you could get some labor, chop that up a little bit, and make it a large 1-bedroom with a beautiful living room, right?
That one's got a view too.
Yeah, it does. So you got 2 to the left, 2 to the right, and that's another title.
On the corner.
And then 1 large unit, in the middle. Times 3. Then you got the 2-bedroom penthouse on the top.
And right now,
penthouse is Ocean View.
I'm showing the penthouse right now, actually, because that's the one with all the wooden shutters, right? Where he said you put a big blue glass door in there or window. Yeah.
He said he priced that out today. It was like $300 or $400.
Come on. To install, maybe.
Well, okay, fine. Let's call it $2,000.
Yeah.
Let's call it $2,000.
Yeah, labor's super cheap down here.
Fix it up, make a nice kitchen in there, You got a living space. You could knock out the bathroom and do some amazing things in there. Now, all of a sudden, I think that's a $200,000 penthouse.
Yeah, because that one would be... Shit, I wouldn't know how to...
With a big laundry room, too, if you remember.
Right. So you got the penthouse, and then 1, 2, 3, 9 others, 3 per
Two
floor.
bedrooms. Yeah. One is 1 bedroom, and then everything else is 2 bedroom. So you do the math. Let's call it 130.
I guess we already
Let's
mentioned the
call it
price, but it's $800,000 purchase price. Like
139 times 9. Let's just call it 9 units, right? That's 1.2. Plus 200 for the top, maybe 179, call it. Plus 179. That's 1.4. So now deduct expenses. So I think 10,000 a unit does it. What do you think? 10,000 per 2 bedroom.
Okay. I'm with you.
Brings it up to sweetness level.
Mm-hmm.
And that's 100,000. You're 1.3. 1.3 minus 800 is nice little payday.
And then what do you got?
Well, then you have nothing but condos in a condo association, and you walk around.
Right. And then you turn the common space downstairs into mutual ownership.
Yeah.
Common space.
Yeah. Super low. That would be a place where you could have almost minimal condo association fees.
Mm-hmm.
You know, his electric bill is $25 a month.
That's why that Caoba is such a nice play, because you can sell, all those things off and still hold 17 rooms in a commercial strip on the main drag. And that would be cool. You could cash out, do some nice work, make it a really nice community back there, and then still hold the main building on the road,
And I think a 71 unit hotel would be difficult to run. It would be hard to keep your expenses in line, and it'd also be hard to keep it full.
Numbers,
right? But I think we can find some people to be able to keep a 40-bedroom hotel full.
Mm-hmm.
And so, in essence, what do? You come in, you buy the hotel for $2 million, you sell off the back part, and let's just say, if I were to come to you, Jim, and say, Jim, I got some studio apartments for sale in downtown Cabarete for $50,000 each. What do you think? Can you sell them?
Yeah. Yeah, I was just saying that on the way in on the intro. Or I'm showing it now. There's a bungalow with 2 units in it, so it's a 2-story, and it's got 2 units, and that's on one deed. That is so sweet, man.
Oh my God. Those are
those are poolside too.
Decision.
Some of those bungalows are poolside too. Like last night when I was talking about it, look at these.
They are. So I'm not talking about selling off the bungalows. I'm talking about selling the apartments.
Right, and keeping the bungalows.
We're overlooking the Laguna. It is incredibly peaceful back there, and we just got a bid for $6,000 per unit to bring them up to incredibly modern, new paint.
Oh, right, you went through with the contractor.
Yeah.
And which was that for? The bungalows? No, the bungalows or the apartments?
This included the apartments and the bungalows.
6,000 each.
6,200 each, but we haven't negotiated yet.
To
so
make
in my mind, it's 6,000.
And they would be pimped at that money.
Pimped, 100% up to date. Modern construction. We clear out all the bathtubs and all the old stuff, and nothing but new AC units, new windows, new everything, new tile, new everything.
Mm-hmm.
Refurbish the railings in back. It could be, and then think about that. Okay, like as an investor, would you buy a $50,000 unit in Cabarete downtown that you could instantly throw on Airbnb and rent out every night for $50 a night?
And it's on the lagoon too, and not only that, if you wanted to be owner on site, you could pimp out the penthouse in that thing too and live on site upstairs.
Exactly. The penthouse is nice, and if and the bathroom is actually really modern. He fixed up the bathroom, but he didn't fix up the rest of the penthouse, you know. So it's like you got a 2-bedroom, really nice penthouse. But yeah, if you throw in some new furniture in there and new flooring, I mean, it would be as good as new. It's a beautiful property.
Mm-hmm.
And location is everything. As you know, location. And the third thing is location.
Yeah. Okay, you know what? I hate to change gears here, but I mean, what is it about us attracting multiple deeded listings? I'm showing this 1.2 up in the mountain. Yashika Mountain, is it? How do you say it? Yashika? Yeah. Yashika? Yashika? I don't know.
Yashika.
1.2 with, what is it, 6 or 7 building lots? In addition, 7 plus the one it's on. So you can sell off 7 mountainside lots in fertile soil for the most part. I think it's all fertile up there, right? And 1.2 million.
Garden, like a massive garden.
Mm-hmm.
There's certainly room for a helicopter pad. There's plenty of room for just about anything you want to do out there. I mean, what's the nearest neighbor? A couple miles away.
I don't know. I couldn't see one from the property.
Not very close.
Yeah, it's a little bit commercial style, like it's a little warehouse style, hangar style kind of, you know. It's not for everyone, but look at the size of those ceilings, dude. They got to be 11 foot or something like that. They're huge.
They're huge. Massive.
And yeah, those I-beams give it a nice look. But you know what? For the amount, like for as cold as that place looks, it was like sound-wise and like it was structure-wise, obviously no problem. But you'd think that thing would be sound cold like an arena, but it wasn't.
No.
Pretty cool house. Everywhere you look is windows.
I mean, the windows. Can you imagine what they spent on those windows? You know, when you slid those massive, what are they? I don't know, 9 foot tall, 10 foot tall, maybe glass windows.
Got to be 10 footers.
I mean, you just, I mean, it took a little effort, but
yeah,
you know,
it's a big pane of glass.
Quality is unbelievable. Oh,
that's
man.
a big
That's something that belongs on a
pane of
skyscraper in New York City or something.
Yeah, no, that's a cool shot. Nice pool. Oh, and I saw the new pictures with the complete. Oh, there it is. Yeah, these are the new pictures with they put couches around a fire pit.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, I was wondering how a fire pit was going to work right close to the pool because you figure everything flies in the pool if you're sitting there. But what are they making it?
Yeah, they dug it into the hillside there. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's got a nice finish on it. Nice. Well, that'll be cool.
She does things right there. That's for sure.
No doubt about that.
So what a great retreat. You know what would be great is, you know, what I was thinking is, you know, back home, I dealt a little bit with the Maharishi, if that name rings a bell.
Mm-hmm.
They do transcendental meditation. And they ran around Iowa. They have a city called named Fairfield, Iowa, and right in smack dab in the middle of Iowa. And it's called Vedic City. And all the homes are built the same. They have a temple where they go and meditate. But gosh, what a great spot in the world, you know, to do something like that, where you just need peace and tranquility and quiet and just this, you know, this peaceful feel. And you could tell, I could totally tell as we went out there. And the house, you might want to say this too, the house is actually wireless. The house is wired for internet only, because the belief is they want to stay away from cell phone waves and you know, wireless, any sort of wireless activity for health reasons, which is very cool.
Landlines all over.
What'd you say?
No, it's just wired all over a landline. You know, the Cat 5 or whatever's in the wall in every room. There's nobody's got a router in that place. How about the Wave? Is that still, or no? What is it? The View? What is that still around?
The View.
Is it the 10?
The View is sold.
Okay. Or no? Okay.
The View is sold. I actually have a lot coming up. I met with the attorney on today. It's not beachfront, but it's close. And the view is spectacular right down Cabarete Bay. If a guy were to buy this lot, anyway, it's 660 meters. This lot is. I think we can get it sold at 175,000. So, that being said, where are you going to get a beachfront lot that you could build, something really spectacular for a price like that? That'd be what, $200 a foot or $200 a meter.
Okay. You know what is a sitting duck if it's still available? I don't know if you've checked on it yet, but I got Seahorse Ranch up here for $990. Dude, if that's not money.
Oh my God.
Like what? How much is like that? Like just needs a cosmetic makeover. I don't know if it needs all the flooring ripped up and everything in that place, because from what I remember, it wasn't all that dated. So, what do you figure? Okay, let's say you pay. Let's call it $1 million, right? Close to $1 million. Then what do you got to put in? And then what do you think it's worth? Not that we're doing this to flip properties or anything like that, just as an example that you're going to get your money back, because Seahorse Ranch is an example of a place where you cannot over-improve your property. In fact,
I agree.
Most of the properties in there are so old and unimproved that they've only sold for the money that they've sold for because of the dated status of it,
Yeah.
So if you pimped one out in there, you might do a lot better than you think, because there's not that much selection in there.
I think 200.
Okay.
I think the number's 200 brings that thing up to where it needs to be, and I do think you need new flooring.
Okay.
The kitchen is absolutely massive, and I believe the countertops, if I remember right, are actually still in really good shape. But just little things need to be done to update it, to bring it up to 2022. Flooring would do a whole lot. Paint would do a whole lot. The pool area is a little bit older, so you would come in and do Coralina everywhere. Okay. You'd probably knock out. There are some rooms on the first floor where you would knock out a door or a sliding glass. You would want to put more windows in there. And on the first floor, there's a couple bedrooms, and the property's massive, so you put a sliding glass door inside the bedroom. Open that up, bring all kinds of light in there, and then you would put a deck out on the grass. The grass is massive anyway, so you would just have a little sitting area for each room. That would be very minimal that you could do something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think $200,000 does an awful lot to bring that property up to where it goes. And to answer the second part of your question is what I think you can sell it for. I think so. Now let's just call it 900. You put 2 into it, you got 1.1 into it. I think it's 1.4, 1.5 all day at that point.
Yeah, I see that. Well, you can't do anything. Maybe that. Can you do anything with the wall that comes through underneath the stairs?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I actually thought about putting in some of those see-through stairs. I don't think that's structural. I really don't. But the really modern stairs that you can install that just literally, it's like there's just like a metal piece, and then you just have, wood, just simply the stair itself.
Oh, okay.
And so you can almost see through the stairs. Right. You know what I mean?
And you know what? The rise on those on that staircase is unnecessarily low.
Yeah. Right.
You could make that a lot.
So yeah, you're
steeper.
right. Like when I walk into a place like that, I want a completely open floor plan.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, yeah, you would bring a builder in and say, hey, look,
you could just put a little landing at the top there and make the stairs steeper and make it right out of the way. I think by the way I'm looking at it in this picture.
Totally. So the stairs would definitely be one, but I think you could do that for fairly reasonable.
Yeah, that's the thing down here. Two things. It's really difficult to get acclimated to the value difference because of what stuff like this sells for in Canada. I mean, commercially and residentially. And the other thing is the overestimating the cost to renovate because labor's so cheap down here. And I know, concrete has gone up and metal's gone up and raw materials have gone up. But I mean, just like Just like even when you like compare gas down here, people are talking about, whoa, you know, when inflation hits, Dominican's going to get killed. Or somebody said to me when the shipping lanes break down, you know, no, you're gonna wish you weren't on an island. I'm like, dude, like in the last 7 months, what have gas prices done? In Dominican Republic, they've gone up 20 pesos a gallon. Like literally, since I've been here, they've gone up 20. It was 250 pesos a gallon, and now it's 275. Like everyone else is complaining that their gas prices have doubled, and ours have gone up like 40 cents a gallon.
But see, that's just pure greed, because you look at the profitability of these oil gas companies.
We're not going there.
Sorry. We won't go there.
Normally we could talk about that, but we're on the clean channels today.
No problem.
All right, so Seahorse Ranch, that's another beauty, man. I'm glad. I don't typically bring that one up, but I'm glad I brought you on for it, because I'm just looking at that doorway and going, oh, well, that's like, I don't remember seeing that when I walked through it the first time and going, oh, I changed this right away. But in the pictures,
yeah, with that house, like honestly, Jim, I think you lighten it up, like really lighten it up. Put in some white paint, some really nice flooring. The stairs, open that entryway up, and man, and actually the furniture was really nice. I thought when we walked through there, you could refurbish some of that, but yeah, I mean, there's a lot of potential there. You could clear 300 easy in a year.
Okay, Chiquita Beach, dude. Why? And this is again part of the getting acclimated to the market down here. I know it's brisk and there's a lot of action and people walking around and stuff, and you know, my mother, my former broker, manager, I guess I would call her, would say, there's nothing a price can't fix. Okay, you can talk about it's beside a haunted house or there's a gas station or a crack house next door. If you want to sell it, there's nothing that the property can be stigmatized by that cannot be solved with a price. But I look at Chiquita Beach at 1.4, you know, and a conservative estimate at 140K, in this case, cash income a year, you know, like it's pretty simple. There's 12 units there. Like, it's across the beach from the street, across the street from the beach. And
what do you
it's
think?
5 years old. I just
walk?
don't know why this is still sitting here, to be honest with you. Like, I know we've shown it a few times and timing and everything like that, but like, she would tell me it's priced too high, but how can it be at this money, man?
I think that'll fall to the right buyer, and I think we already met the right buyer. It's just it's a timing thing, and actually, you know, there'll be other buyers too. I don't ever want to get hung up on one.
Well, we've only had this 60 days tops.
Yes, 2 months tops.
Mm-hmm. What a gorgeous property, though.
I agree. Beautiful.
I took my my buddy that came down from Canada for the week here. He spent he spent 3 G's for his trip to Casa Marina for a week.
Really?
3 G's, dude. I'm like, so we're trying to talk him into. I said, just change your flight until the end of the month. I'll get you an apartment for $500, and you know, you don't need all inclusive. You don't need, you know,
exactly.
It's not even worth it for the amount that you eat and drink. You know, you could just go to the store, but you know, blah blah blah. No, I got a doctor's appointment. He wouldn't do it. But I'm like, you know what? Why would anyone pay to come $3,000 to come from Canada to Casa? Not taking anything away from Casa Marina. You want to stay all inclusive? Okay, that's one of the hotels where you can do it down here. But I mean, Airbnb, you can find an apartment for $500-$600. Shit, you can be on the beach for what, $1,200, $1,500 for the month.
Yeah, exactly. And what you spend on food, and that's what listen, as Americans especially, we're coached and taught to stay at these all-inclusives. But what people don't understand about Sosua and Cabarete and Puerto Plata is that we have some of the best restaurants in the world here. And it's dirt cheap. I tell you, I didn't even tell you this, Jim, but last night, I like to consider myself a connoisseur of churrasco steaks. And I went to, what's the name of that place? It's a place down in Sosua right across the street from the place you and I used to work. Yeah. With the kids' equipment in there. You ever go in there? They got playground equipment.
Oh, yeah, down the street from across the street from Superpola.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not. It's escaping me now. Shit.
Okay,
anyway,
so listen. Somebody told me a couple nights ago about the churrasco steak and the fact that it's better.
Oh yeah, the one that comes out on the board all sliced up.
Yes,
it's not horrible.
Let me tell you, mine was unbelievable.
Yeah,
it was so. Listen. And I
How much?
love my Ollie's Surf Camp in Cabarete has an amazing churrasco steak. Okay, I believe they kind of came up with the idea that big flat. It's like this. It's literally, I mean, it's 2 feet wide. It seems like they pound it out and throw it on the grill, marinate it in the churrasco sauce. But anyway, this place is to die for, and I was blown away. It was a little pricey. It was like $20.
That's what the steak was, $20
for a steak.
The $1,000 peso.
Yeah. So, but at the end of the day, man, I was happy, and I was so full, like I couldn't finish the steak. It was so much, so much food.
Yeah, that's one of the first places is at Webster's. No, shit, I almost had it. Anyways, it's gone.
It's okay. Yeah, I'll figure. The second I hang up, I'll remember the name.
Of course you will. All right, let's get rid of this.
Jimmy,
yeah.
I got a mosey.
All right, brother.
You need me for anything else?
We're up. Thank you. Appreciate the time.
Thank you.
Peace.
Recording.
So that is that. Sam Hanna is the broker at DR Commercial Real Estate. And these listings do not suck. This is one of mine, Chiquita Beach. It's called the Caribbean Diamond. It's 1.4. There's 12 rooms, an in-ground pool, and a restaurant. And I don't know. I don't encourage you to need the owner to hold paper on the way in, but most people, if they get half down, can do something as far as what they want to do and hold in terms for a year or 2 or 3 even maybe. Might not be out of the question on like almost any of these. I can't say for sure. Like, I think this particular owner will be friendly to it. And then, yeah, you lease back. Decent payments. You might even be reasonable on the interest rate. Because she's in first position. The Caribbean Diamond. Come on, man. And it's an all-cash business. All right, so I probably should spend more time on the residential stuff. This is Casa Linda. Now, this is an older product that's been made over. Casa Linda has built 400 villas. Those are houses down here. Homes, right? It's a gated community. There's no tax. In this community, you have condo fees, right? You have HOA. I'll tell you what these ones are. These are 2 bunks on each side that are completely self-contained rental units apart from the house. So you rent these ones out. How many is there? Can't remember. Is there 2? 1 in each side, yeah. And then the house. It's a solid play as far as investment goes because this one's $499 and you've got 6 bedrooms. What do they go for? $100 a night? Something ridiculous. The ROI on this is amazing. So are the occupancy rates. They're around 70%, like for real, like a for real 70%. Like, I'm not sure that they guarantee it, but they in fact, they say 70%, but the management says it's more like 80. So it's rented out, and you know, on something like this, you should expect $50K a year, every year, to come back, at least. A 10% return, basically. So if you spend $300, and you can buy brand new for $300 right now, and expect about $30K a year to come back. This one's $4.99. Okay. Look at that backyard. I've been there. It's functional. Has a cigar right in that patio, right over there in the back. That's the view, basically. Like right across the pool. There's the patio right there. I mean, it's a classic home. $4.99. That's Casa Linda. And Casa Linda you can get into brand new right now. There's, I think, about 10 lots left. I wanted to talk to Sam about this, and you can see right beside it, it looks like they're building a new one. How can that be? Well, maybe the two phases come together or something. I don't know. Maybe this one's not that old. But that's an example of a Capri, I think, with a vaulted ceiling to the right of it. Too cool. What amounts to cow pasture across the way there. That'll be condos eventually. Good room sizes, lots of storage, which is a thing in Dominican Republic. I mean, having a lot of storage is nice because they don't normally build a lot of it, because a lot of what they build down here is transitory people coming through, right? They don't bring a whole lot. They don't use storage a whole bunch. So anyways, this one's got it. $4.99 in Casa Linda. Or yeah, just to finish up, in phase 12, they got about 10 lots out of 80 that they released. And I got to get out of here because Blocker's coming up at 8 o'clock. We're going to stay broadcasting on the same channels. Blocker's going to hit me for all Dominican shows today. He's going to get into some personal coaching. He always asks me some good questions. I like putting him on the spot, and you might get something out of it. So 8 p.m., wherever you're watching us now. Sorry, I'm not looking at the comments, if there are any. Well, guess what? There are none. Oh, there aren't they? Or I made some comments. No. Nobody loves me. Everyone hates me. Go into the garbage for some worms. All right, so that one's Casa Linda. I've got a couple more minutes. But I should probably take some time to cool down, and I can convert some of this stuff. Oh, you don't want to see that? Here's Casa Linda Phase 12. This is the Capri. 228. Like, come on, look at that backyard. It's totally functional. Cool tile deck. Oh, sorry, I don't have more of that for you. We went through this one. We didn't hit that one. That's okay. We hit this one hard. 71 units, 2.3 mil. Right on. That's it right there. I mean, that's a fisheye lens of it. It's not really that hooked. It's more straight. But that's the North Coast. Them are the kites on Kite Beach, and Cayoba's right there. 71 rooms, 59 deeds, sell a bunch of do a reno, sell a bunch of condos off, get your investment back, and then keep that. 17 rooms plus a penthouse are in this building, plus 5 commercial units on the main floor. There's an example of a bungalow right there. 2 units on 1 deed. Score, 100 G's. Come on. Pimped out. And you got a couple poolside units as well. This is a nice play. One of the best plays going, I think, down here. This one ain't bad. The gross potential on this is pretty good. But listen to this. Right now, legit netting after expenses, $250K a year. $250,000 a year, U.S. is his net on this. You know how I know? Because he reports all his income and he pays tax on it all. All the books are perfect. Even the cash money he gets in, he reports. There's a lot of room to increase room rates here and pull a little cash out if you want it. That's 21 rooms, 2.1 million. It nets $250 a year. It's got a restaurant and a bar out front. You know, there's no liquor licenses down here. So I'd love to say, and the liquor license is all in place, but there's nothing. There's no business operation license. There's no health. You know, you can open anything you want, anywhere you want in Dominican Republic and do, if you're a gringo and you're taking away jobs from Dominicans, they're not going to look kindly on that. But if you're employing Dominicans, you can do whatever you want, dude. Just open rooftop pool. Come on. Yeah, your pool is at the treetops. Okay, now, and it's cool. It's pool because it's also on the main drag. This is downtown Sosua. So when it's rocking, right below you is rocking. But the rooms are quiet. When you close the windows and these concrete structures that they use, and this guy built this himself 5 years ago, he's a contractor, and it's quiet in the hotel. There it is. There's the pool right on the street. That's David Stern Parkway, I think, and whatever the main drag is. The main drag's going left to right. David Stern's off to the left there. That's the Stern side of the street. That's the main drag. That's what you look at off the main drag. 2.1 mil. Come on, man. And it's a good club, man. The guy that manages it, he rents the club out. And this has got 2 penthouses up top as well. So if you want to be an owner-operator, here's your chance. 2 mil. It's called Anton Reef. VIP cafe and lounge is out front. So that's that. I did not hit that one. And I didn't hit this one. This is a cool little property. My Italian pizza maker from New York City, Massimo. The villa on the left has a nice rooftop patio. You can see ocean view. You can see a nice mountain view in the background. Puerto Plata. There's 2 units in that, plus the roof. On the right, you have 4 identical units. So 6 units, 535. There's parking on site. There's a pool. You see this little tiki hut? I didn't feature this tiki hut enough. My pictures are balls. I took these myself, so it's not professional photography. But I did not get it. See, there's a bar here. I should have featured it more because to the right is a really cool, hanging space. 535. Gated community. There's 11 residents that live in this gated community. It's small. It's not far from town. In fact, you could walk up this hill with no, it's a little jaunt, but it's not, walking is not out of the question on this one. It's not far up the hill, but far enough that you get some good views from the roof. 535. This guy would hold paper if you brought him the right offer. If you brought him full pop, I think he'd hold paper with half down. He had another building that was attached to it. He wanted $280 for it, and he got it. So I'm not sure he's badly priced on this one either. So that's it. I got to get out of here and cool down. I get the air running, but it's not helping me much. Blockers coming in at 8 o'clock. We're going to have 1 tight hour because I've got a date at 9 o'clock. I can't break it. But if you want to get into somebody that gets it, cares, and is really good at what he does, Mike Blocker will be my guest at 8 p.m. We'll talk to you then. Peace, love, hug your neighbor, and I